Hello everybody. In this video I am going to take the topic about shares and dividends, which are your topic in class 10th. Okay, now I am going to start the topic. Just see on the blackboard. Firstly, I say that a word share. Share are allotted by a company in the market to allow people to buy them, and after buying the shares of any company, the people become the shareholders of that company, and they are becomes the partners in the company according to number of shares. From time to time, company allowed some dividend also to them. That means company shared its stored profit annually, quarterly or half yearly with their shareholders. But in case of shares, when we buy the shares of any company, we are free to buy or sell the share of any company anytime. We have generally, but there are some shares also which have locking period for some years, and some shares are there, they don't have locking period for the years, and the shareholders are free to buy and sell the shares at any time. Okay, now this is whole about the share, and I am going to start the topic which is directly connected with your syllabus. In the first question, I just want to tell that the value of the share has three types of values. For first one is nominal value. First one is nominal value. Second one is market value. Clear? Then what is the nominal value of the share? Nominal value of the share is the price of the share which is announced by the company, okay, at the time of the allotment. Clear? And that means the price at which company announced its shareholder to buy that share. And this is also known as face value of share. Now what is the market value? Market value is of two types. Sometimes according to the reputation of the company, according to the circumstances of the society, the prices of the share hikes, they get rise. Okay, and in that case, one thing I also want to add here. Sometimes the price of the shares get rise, and sometimes the price of shares get down. They move towards down position. When the price of the share rises, that means hikes, it is known as above par. There is one more word for that, that is premium. When premium is written in your question, that means price of the share get increased, and sometimes the price of the shares get towards downward, and this is also termed as discount, and sometimes it is also known as below par. Clear? I want to explain this concept by taking an example. Just see in the blackboard. Actually, shares are allotted by a company to collect the money from the market in order to survive or in order to attain their goals or any projects, etc. Okay, now I am going to explain you nominal and market value, difference between them with an example. For example, the price of one share is announced by the company is rupees 100. Clear? But due to the reputation of the company's performance, its value get price, that means at premium or at above par. All the three words are written in your question. When these words are written in your question, it means that the price of the share get increased. For example, I have given that there's a hike of 150 rupees. That means the share which has the nominal value is rupees 100 now is available in the market at rupees 150. Clear? And this is known as the market value. The market value of the share is the price at which share is available in the market for shareholders to buy or sell. Listen one time again. What is the market value of share? Market value of share is the price of the share at which shares are available in the market to buy or sell for shareholders. And nominal value of the share is the price of the share at which company announce the price of the share. And at the nominal value of the share, the company gives the dividend or the annual income, etc. is calculated at nominal value. It is the topic which I take later. Now, I think you clearly understood that what is premium and above par. That means when the price of the share gets increased in comparison to the nominal value, then it is known as above par. And in the second case, just see the second case, sometimes the price of the share sees the downward movement. That means it gets decreased. When the price of the share is decreased, it is written in the question generally as discount, or it is written that below par. These are the two words which are in the question and by which you can easily able to differentiate that the price, whether the price increase or decrease. For example, at that point, price of the share becomes rupees 80. That means as rupees 80 is less than rupees 100, that means market value of the share is less than the nominal value of the share. That means the share is at the below par. Clear? I think this concept must be understood by you. Now I am going to a question by which you can, I think, understand this concept clearly. If the whole topics are not able to cover in this video, I will make another video, and link of that video I will give in below the video, or you will go to my profile and check in the playlist. I will make the playlist as ICSE class 10th, and there you will search the videos of class 10th of ICSE. Okay, if you are interested. Now take the question which I am going to, for example, there's a question, it is written like in this way: 200 rupees 20 shares at premium rupees 10. For example, the question is written in this way. Then how you will solve this? And it is asked that find the investment by the shareholder or the buyer. Anything can be written there. Clear? Now, first thing in the share and dividend topic is to understand and is to analyze what is given and what is not given. Analysis of the questions in shares and dividends is a tough task for some students. I am giving you now tips. Just listen to me carefully. Here 200 and nothing else is given. Now here rupees 20 shares. That means if I just put it in this way, that means 200 shares. That means the shareholder is buying or selling 200 shares. Clear? That means number of shares are 200. First analysis. Now second one. Rupees 20 shares. Then what is rupees 20? It is the nominal value. That means the value announced by the company at which the share will be sold in the market for the shareholders. Now it is written at premium. I told you earlier, premium means the price of the shares are increased in the market in comparison to the nominal value. That means what is written over here? At premium rupees 10. That means market value of the share is, whenever you have to find the market value, just add nominal value with the premium. Now what is the nominal value? 20. And what is the premium? 10. That means price of the share in the market is rupees 30. That means the shareholder can buy or sell the share at rupees 30 in the market. Now rupees 20 is not available to shareholder to buy. He has to pay rupees 30 for one share to buy any share from the market. Now what will you do? Now as I told you that market price of the share becomes rupees 30. Now our question is that find the investment by the shareholder. That means the shareholder is now in the market and he wants to buy 200 shares. So only the market price is available. So that's why total investment by the shareholder, whenever we have to evaluate, we just multiply market value of the share with number of share. That means we have 30 into 200 because number of shares is 200 and market value is rupees 30. That's why we have 6,000 rupees. That means shareholder has invested rupees 6,000. Now consider another question in the same way. I am going to explain here. I just twist the question. For example, when the price of the share is decreased, then how much money he invested? For example, I am going to take the same question and here I just write that at below par. Or I think if discount can also be written in the question, that it means that there are number of shares 200, price of one share. The nominal value of one share which is announced by the company is rupees 20. But the shares are available in the market to buy for shareholders at below par. That means the price of the share get decreased. Now just do the analysis. Number of share 200. Nominal value of share. What is the nominal value? Rupees 20. Now we have to calculate market value of share. Now here the price of the share is decreased because it is written over here below par. Okay, that means we have to subtract 20 minus 10. Why 10? Because 10 is written over here. Now, the market value of the share becomes rupees 10. Now, in the same way, find investment by the shareholder. That means investment by the shareholder can be taken, can be solved. What's the formula? Tell me. What's the formula? Just tell me for the investment. Sum invested by the shareholder is product of number of share into market value of the share. That means product of share is what? 200 and market value is 10. That means rupees 2000. Now see the difference. When the shares are available in the market at below par, then you have to subtract that value with the nominal value to get the market price of the share. And when the shares are available in the market at above par or premium is written over there, then you have to add both the values, nominal values and the premium values. Then you get the market value of the share. Clear? Now, one more question I am going to tell you here. And before telling you another question, I just written over here to memorize you the formulas which we learn in these questions are market value of a share is nominal value plus premium when the share price are high or above par. Anything, whatever be in the question. And in case in market slows, then we find a market value by subtracting the nominal value with below par. Or in question it is written as a discounted value. These two formulas we learn with in the preceding questions. I think you will follow. Now the next formula we learn the questions which I discussed with you. Some children thought that I am teaching in a slow manner, but these are the concepts which must be clear in your mind. Whenever we have to find sum invested by shareholder or the money which is invested by shareholder to buy the share is equal to, you have to find it by number of share into market value of share. Must note down, we have to multiply with market value of share and not the nominal value of share. Now just consider one more question regarding this, then I will shift to another topic. One more question like this, in the same way. Actually, the main problem in the share and dividend topic is to understand what is given in the question. That means the analysis of question is very important for us. For example, if it is given that 200 rupees 20 shares quoted at 25. Find the investment. Now, what is 200? 200 is number of share. Do the analysis firstly. Rupees 20 shares. That means Nominal value. Nominal value of the share is rupees 20. Now here it is written quoted at. Neither given premium, nor given above par, nor given below par, nor given discount. It is written over here quoted at. Quoted at means this is the market value. Neither we have to subtract, neither we have to add. And market value is rupees 25. Clear? Here neither we have to add them, neither to subtract them, because quoted at is written over here. Again I want to tell you, again I am emphasizing you, just to understand in the question what each term means. Analysis of question is very important, and after that the questions of shares and dividends are very easy. Now, sum invested by the investor. I earlier told you market value into number of share. Now what is the market value? That means 25. And number of share is 200. That means we have 5,000 rupees. I think this concept is clear to you, and I am shifting to another topic. Just note it down. Now just look another type of question on your blackboard. In this question I am giving you concept of some another topic. So please be attentive for some time. Before discussing this question, I want to share with you some concepts. Whenever a company announces shares in the market, then after some time company gives some dividends according to the number of shares held by the shareholders, and the percentage at which the company gives dividend to the shareholders is known as this percent. And in this way shareholder also get some income, because they are holding the shares of that particular company. And that concept is now I am taking in this example to see on the blackboard. There is a man who invests in 7% rupees 100 share at 120. Just if I just remove this word, then we have a man invest rupees 100 share at 120. That means nominal value of share, as I told you earlier, firstly you have to analyze the question. Nominal value is rupees 100 and market value of that share is rupees 120. Then what is the 7% which is written over here in our question? This 7% is the dividend, percentage of the dividend announced by the company for the shareholders, because they are holding the shares of that company. Clear? That means percentage of dividend is 7%. Clear? And company gives profit according to the price of the nominal value of the share. Company gives profit to shareholders on the price which are fixed by the company. That means at the nominal value, not the market value. Company is not responsible for market values of the share, whether they rise or whether they fall. But the company is responsible for the price of the shares which the company announced to the shareholder. Clear? Now, come on the question. What is asked in the question? What is annual income of a man holds 150 shares? There's a man who buy 150 shares of that company. Then after a year, what profit he gains from the company if he holds the share for that time? That means number of shares purchased by the shareholder is rupees 150. And we have to find the annual income of man. Please children, I just want to tell you that do the analysis of question. Please. Then you able to solve the questions very easily. Now see how we do that. Annual income of the shareholder from the company is calculated by using the formula is number of share held by the shareholder into nominal value of share into percentage of the dividend announced by the company. For example, some company gives 10%, some company gives 2%, then we have to multiply by that. So number of share is 150, and please be concentrate that we have to multiply by nominal value. That what is the nominal value? Rupees 100. And percentage is 7 by 100. That means the annual income of that man is 1050 rupees, 1050. Clear? I'm going to explain you one more time. How will you find the annual income of a shareholder who holds the share of a company? Actually, the person who holds the share of a company gets the annual income also from the company in form of the dividends, and the percentage of dividends depends upon the percentage of the dividends announced by the company for the shareholders. So in order to calculate that income, we have to multiply three things: number of share, nominal value of share, and the percentage of the dividend announced by the company. Clear? So this is the annual income of the shareholder. I think this concept is clear. And one more thing, I just extend this question to another topic also. Just note down that thing, then after that I will tell you. Now see another question. The question goes like in this way. A man invests in 7% rupees 100 share at 120 to buy 150 shares. That means here the nominal value of the share is rupees 100. Market value of share is 120. Number of share is 150. And the percent of dividend provided by the company is 7%. Clear? And we have to find the annual profit percent. In order to find the annual profit percent, divide your question into two parts. In first part, just find out the income. And in second part, just find out the investment. That means the investment done by the shareholder in order to buy these shares. In case of income, you have to multiply nominal value into number of share into dividend percent. In case of investment, you have to multiply market value into number of share. Just remember these two formulas. Now, in order to find the income, we write 100 into 150 into 7 by 100. In order to find that means we have 120 into 150. Clear? Now, in order to find the annual profit percent, what is the formula for annual profit percent? In annual profit percent is income by investment into 100. Clear? In income we have 100 get cancelled. That means we have 150 into 7, and investment we have 120 into 150 into 100. Both get cancelled. We have left over 7 into 100 by 120. I think you can easily solve it. 2 5s are 10, 2 6 are 12. That means 35 by 6. That means 5 is to 5 by 6%. So just write down the formulas which we used here. I write those formulas in capital letters. Just note them. It will be helpful for you. Income. In order to find the income, we multiply number of share with nominal value into percentage of dividend announced by the company for the shareholders. Clear? Now, how will you find the investment done by the shareholder in the company? You have to use the formula investment is equal to again number of share into market value of the share. Market value of share. And when we have to find the annual profit percent, we just divide the income by investment into 100. Just note it down, and after that I will tell you some another type of question. Now just see on the blackboard. We have a question like this in our books. Which investment is better? A shareholder invested his money in 2 different places. He invested his money which are at below par, that is 80. Because it is understood that the nominal price of the share in this case is rupees 100. Now here 80 is less than rupees 100. That means this share is available in the market at below par. And this share is at 120. That means this share is at above par. But it is not necessary that shareholder will get the profit in this case because it is above par, and loss in this case because it is below par. Because how it possible? Just see. Actually, when we buy any share from the market, it is the profit which we earn from the company is responsible for that. In that cases, you just by which way you have to solve is do 16, that means percent and market value. Just divide both of them and you will get a particular value by which you can compare those things. That means formula is percentage by market value, and this is known as income. And simply here also we have 20 by 120 and we have to solve the value. And which has more value? that investment is better. Now we have to solve this. 16 5s 80, that means 0.2, and here we have 1 by 6, that means 0.6 ones are 6, 6 6 are 36. When we watch these two, that means this is 0.20 and it is greater than 0.16. That means 16% at 80 is a better investment. Thank you. In another video, I will make some more questions in order to explain you the concepts. And on the basis of these concepts, you just go through your questions which are given in your textbook. I think you will solve each and every question. Thank you.